How do you say no? Or how do you stop saying yes when you really want to say no? How do you feel good enough to be able to get clear on what's yours to do and what's not, and to understand no is a complete sentence. My name is Felicia Searcy, your Dream Life Activator, your impact multiplier. And it is my joy to be here on this weekly training. Please share if you're watching it live or the replay, where you're watching from, and share the things that really stand out for you. Do you find yourself saying yes when deep down you really want to say no? And why is it even important to be having this conversation, especially now? So, and if you're loving what you're hearing, join me December 27th. I got to find the time. Just, I think it's 9 o'clock Pacific time, 10 o'clock Mountain time, for my end of the year masterclass, where we're going to get clear on what you would love for 2023. And then, more important, who are you being called to be? Who is your dream asking you to become? How do you meet that person that your dream is asking you to become? So, again, live or replay. So you really, really, really want to say no, but you find the word yes coming out of your mouth. How do you stop that? How do you change that? Well, I have 3 tips for you that, when understood and applied, you'll discover that you have so much more freedom, so much more time, so much more autonomy, because you're clear about what's yours and you're letting go of what's not. All right, so first tip, and I've got it written out here to make sure I give you every juicy detail. So, first tip, the thing I want you to understand is to realize that your desires matter. You matter. So often you find yourself saying yes, number one, because maybe you're not clear about what it is that you really want. And especially women, guys, I love you. And my experience has been that women seem to have more of a challenge saying no when that's what they really want to do. And what I have heard and known for myself, and this is something that I've really had to go after in myself, is that somehow me, we have been given the message that it's not okay to have desires, and that your desires should take a back seat. I know that that was a loud message in my family of origin, in my family, that I was meant to attend to the needs of others first. And when their needs were taken care of, then I could think about my own needs. I mean, many of us have had mothers who would be up cooking and serving and cleaning during dinners. And, finally, when everybody was settled and everybody was taken care of, she would sit down and eat. And it was just so normal, not natural, but normal. So, and it's a mind shift to really challenge the part of you that says your desires, what you want matters, feels selfish. And as you go through this, you're going to understand why that's not selfish. So, number one, know that your desires matter. You matter. So, number one, and whether you're watching this live or the replay, put it in the comment section. 1, I matter. How do you say no when you find yourself saying yes and you really want to say no? Number one, know that you matter. Your desires matter. They're important, and you're not being selfish if you put them as a priority. So that's number one. Know that you matter. All right. Number 2, understand that you want to be clear about the things that do matter to you. You want to be clear about your dream, about your desires. Now, again, it's a mental move to really dig down and listen deeply to that which matters most to you. Because again, we've been taught to dismiss that, and to always, my clients, so many of them, they're just so trained to read the temperature of the room to see how that desire is going to land and who it's going to impact if they really go after it. And so it's like your ability to hear and to listen deeply to your heart's desire, that soul's desire, gets diluted. It gets watered down. It gets fuzzy. And so when you develop the ability to listen deeply and listen to the answer to the most important question that you can ask, which is, what would I love? What would I love? Knowing that it is love itself seeking a fuller expression through you, and you are clear about what matters to you. And then you take it even a step further. And this is a whole nother live training. You take it a step further to actually put it on your calendar, put those things that matter to you on your calendar. And they're not just hanging out in this ethereal, when I get to it, when somebody asks you for something, to do something, your time, your energy, your resources, you have clarity around where that fits. And if in fact you have the time, you have the resources, you have the bandwidth to do it. And the only way you can do that is if you make you matter. So number one, you matter. And in the awareness that you matter, let yourself hear and know, what are those things that matter to you? If friendships matter to you, put them on the calendar. If um, going and learning how to dance matters to you, put it on the calendar. One of the things that is like a non-negotiable for me every morning, except yesterday because it was raining here in Arizona. Yes, Virginia, it does rain in Tucson, Arizona. I get out for a hike. I That is my opportunity to literally absorb the presence of the divine in nature, that I am communing with the Palo Verde trees and the saguaro cactus and the coyotes, that feeds me. And I arrange my day around making sure I can get out for my walk in the desert. Now, in the summer, it means doing it a lot earlier before it gets really hot, but you get the point. That matters to me. I know I need that in order to be able to show up at my best for the people that I'm delighted to serve, whether they're clients or friends or my husband or my dogs. The old adage, to put your own oxygen mask on first. That matters to me. My physical health and well-being, the things that I do for my physical health and well-being matter to me. My friendships matter to me. They're on my calendar. I literally have them scheduled in. So if somebody else asks me to do something, it's a clear no. If it means that I'm not doing something with a friend. Now, if it's for a friend, that's it heightens the priority. Same thing with my husband. So you want to get clear on what are the things that matter to you. Give yourself permission to hear that. Now, in the masterclass that I've got coming up on the 27th, we're going to really dig into deep into that, and how to be the person that gives yourself permission to hear that. All right, so how do you stop saying yes when you really want to say no? Number one, really understand that your desires matter. You matter. Your desires, your dreams matter. Number two, give yourself permission to get clear about what those desires and aspirations are, or just your preferences. What are the things that you enjoy doing? Those things matter. Give yourself permission to listen to the answer to the most powerful question that you can ask. What would I love? Danny, it is so good to see you here. I'm thrilled that you're here. So, Danny, I'm talking about how to stop saying yes when you really want to say no, especially when you're an amazing service based, heart centered entrepreneur or otherwise. All right. So, number one, know that your desires matter. It's okay if you make yourself a priority. Number two, get clear on what those are. And number three, understand that a no actually serves. Let me say that again. A no actually serves. So often we feel like we're being selfish if we should say no. But here's the thing, if your body contracts in the presence of this event, circumstance, quote, opportunity, realize in that moment it is not yours to do. And when we say yes, when we really want to say no, potentially there's a couple of things that are happening. Number one, you may feel guilty. Number two, go back to what I shared earlier. You may feel like that your desires don't really matter, that they're secondary and that you back burner them, which then you are not honoring your divine essence, which that's where your desires come from, is your divine essence. And number three, a yes, when you want to say no, oftentimes is a form of control. You're trying to control the situation. You're trying to manage other people's impressions. You're trying to control a relationship, like earn their love, earn their respect, earn your place, like ensure that you have a place to belong. And whenever we say yes, from that motive, and it's so insidious, it's so sneaky, that fear of what will that other person think of me, or will they love me, or will I belong? If I say no, it's so insidious, and it can show up in disguised in so many different ways, which again, we get deeper into the work that I do with people. But for you to understand right now that when you feel yourself saying, oh God, can I really do that? I don't know if I really want to do that. In that moment, you're actually not serving. That you are you're preventing the person who's asking from learning something about themselves, or you are stepping in and doing something that is actually for somebody else to do. It's not yours to do. So understand that when you say yes, when you really want to say no, it's truly not serving. It may help, but it's not truly serving. And what I know about you is that you are this deep, heart-centered, service-based being that really wants to make a profound contribution. And the contribution happens, the highest form of contribution happens when you are the clearest in what is yours to do and what is not yours to do. So, number one, know that you matter. Number two, get clear on the things that matter to you. And number three, understand that yes, when you really want to say no, actually doesn't serve. It does not deeply serve. All right, again, you want more of this? Join me December 27th, 9 o'clock Pacific, 10 o'clock Mountain Time. The impact multiplier, where you're going to discover how to be the person that you are called to be so you can make the impact that you are called to make. Put new me in the comment section, and my team and I will make sure that we direct message that information to you. You are amazing. Truly, it is breathtaking how magnificent you are, and it is my honor to serve you and your dream. My name is Felicia Searcy. I am your impact multiplier, your dream activator. Have an amazing day. Mwah. God bless.